What is going on, everybody, man? I don't know how to feel right now, coach. Just keeping it 100 with y'all, man. I real deal. Honest to all flagnards. I don't know how to feel right now. Because, on one hand, I'm as excited as I could possibly be, bro. I'm ready to start jumping out of this chair, start saying, I wanna be Date Guru. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in that mood. Hey, samurai heart. I mean, I'm ready. Yes, I know, no, Wokuda. Well, like, you know what I mean? The hype is there, man. I'm ready to start becoming one with Spire, burnout syndromes. Does. You know what I mean, man? Like, yo, I'm out here. I'm ready to start going up in, like, swimwear. I want to go dap up Sugita and be like my boy Koyasu. We're ready. We are ready to see what is arguably the greatest stretch in the entire series animated. Finally, with honest to God, one of the greatest pieces of anything I've ever experienced, finally coming to life with chapters 703 and 704. I have no idea how they are gonna even come close to how they did that in the manga. But because I experienced the masterpiece that is episodes 304 and 305, and in episode 316, 314, 308, 328, 327, 326, going up 361, they have surpassed my expectations so many times on these insane chapters that I just thought that was not possible to adapt in the way that they did. And they did it. They took chapter 519 and 520, which for so many years has been my two favorite manga chapters. And they took it and they created episode 304 and episode 305 with that stretch from 514 and 520. And they made it marvelous in the anime, far surpassing all expectations. To the point to where sometimes I think back and I'm like, man, it might have been better in the anime. In fact, right now I do believe it was better in the anime. Same thing with chapter 551 with episode 316. And then chapter 589 with legendary Kagura and Kamui stuff. And episode 326. And the way they did that. And then the Shoyo stuff, 328, right? And then everything going down in the final boss battle with 361, and just the way that they've been handling, the way that they've taken these chapters that we've loved so much, and be like, man, there's no way. Because I'm so used to experiencing, especially back in 2015, 2014, right? Where anime adaptations at the time, it mainly felt like the source material was always superior to the anime adaptation. There's a lot of instances where that's not the case, like in Hunter x Hunter and whatnot. But most of the time, I feel like the source material was always superior. And BNP just continued to release these incredible episodes for these chapters that were so important to this community. And with chapters 703 and 704, which to so many people, myself included, are two of absolutely the greatest manga chapters. And not just those two, with 702 and 701 and 700 and the trolling and 699. And it's like, yo, this stretch is so incredible that I'm like, flagnards, if they manage to do it again, to surpass expectations again, just like they did, I mean, we already saw a little teaser for it, but I think it was like a year ago, where we saw a little bit from 702 and 703 in animated form. But man, I'm gonna tell y'all what, dude. If they manage to surpass expectations with this movie is gonna go down as a timeless classic. Because, man, it is, if you are an anime only, listen, man, heart to heart, bro. Y'all know me. If you have been around for a long time, y'all know the Shogun assassination to me is untouched. In every aspect. That is my arc. It always has been and always will be. Chapter 519, 520, episode 305. That stuff right there, man. Only stuff like Metal Gear Solid 3 is on the same breath as that for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me, as a section in a story, is perfect. That is everything I've ever wanted in a story put in an arc, man. With y'all know how I am with that arc. There are days where I have the content that's about to be covered in this final movie over that. As a matter of fact, right now, if you were to ask me what my favorite chapter in Gintama is, I would say 703. So if you're an anime only man, look forward to it. Look forward to it because it's going to be something special. Knowing BNP, knowing how Sunrise has done things up until this point in time, I can no longer doubt them when it comes to animating a spectacular portion of the series. Because, sure, they have their faults like every other studio does, but they always deliver when it matters. And that brings me into my second point, man. Because, you know, like I said, on one hand, I want to start screaming around. I want to be Date with the hype and everything. But on the other hand, man, this means the Gintama's over. Like, come January 8th, 2021, which is when this final movie is scheduled to release, and I have no idea when we'll be able to watch it. I have no idea when there'll be, like, some sort of high-quality video for us to be able to watch. I don't know if they were going to put it in theaters over here, even though where I live, I doubt theater is going to be around for another year, knowing it's a hot spot for COVID and whatnot. And so I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to partner with possibly one of our streaming services to bring this movie over toward us because they realize how popular Gintama is right now, and they've been bringing all this stuff over regardless, like with the Gintama live action films. So they know how popular Gintama is right now, man, and it just continues to grow in popularity as after the series ended, and that's due to the word of mouth and people, like everyone in the comments section, going around and spreading the word that this series is something that is worth watching. And it's just gotten so popular to the point to where now streaming services like Crunchyroll and Funimation, and hopefully in the future Viz with the manga, they've come to a realization that Gintama is no longer that underdog, that underrated gem that no one watched, and that only a few like recognize its greatness. Now it's really starting to get to the point. I mean, it started this way back with the 2015 anime release, but now it's really gotten to the point to where whenever people ask, not only just what are your favorite Shonen Jump series, but now what are your favorite overall anime out there, the Gintama's brought up in the conversation quite frequently, and that's not something that would have happened back in 2012, 2013, 2014, and further beyond that, right? The conversation has shifted, and it's thanks to not only the community and how much it's grown, but also to how much the series, the quality of the series has continued to rise as it went on. You know, it's one of those rare cases to where the beginning is the weakest part, and it just continues to actually get better and better and better, and the arcs get better and better and better, and the storytelling and the jokes and everything about it gets better and better and better. So when this final movie hits, I can only expect it to be at its very best. I can only expect it to be Bandai Namco Pictures, Sunrise, Koyasu, Sugita, the entire squad to be at their very best. Like we've always expected them to be, and like we've always had extremely high expectations of them being at their very, very best, man. And it's gonna hurt a lot, because whenever I actually do sit down and watch this movie, it'll be the last time that I'll ever be able to watch a brand new thing from Gintama. And even though I already know the content that is going to be covered, of course, there's just something special about watching how this studio adapts the manga content that is just so special for it, man. Because they care so much about Gintama in ways that, I mean, they it's one of those rare instances where not only is it a great adaptation, but the atmosphere fits as well. You know, there's a lot of fantastic adaptations of manga where people absolutely adore them, but they feel like there's one aspect of it that was not captured, and that was the atmosphere and the mood and the tone of the manga. And I have that for some of my favorite manga to anime adaptations as well, where there's just certain scenes to where you're like, man, the manga really captured that mood. Or I'm sorry, the anime didn't really capture the mood as the manga. But with BNP, it feels like they've really captured, and it's Sunrise before that, it feels like they really captured the mood, the tone, the atmosphere of Gintama better than I think anyone else could have. They understand what they have. And especially after witnessing Silver Soul, I was like, man, they really get it. They really, really get it. And so, when this final movie comes out, I don't know how long it's going to be. I know what it's going to cover. I don't know if we're going to get the OVA before or after this. I'm going to assume after, because they're going to want the OVA to release around the same time as the Blu-ray and the DVD comes out. That's usually how it works. So they'll release the OVA as a special bundle pack with the movie. So we'll probably, get to watch the OVA. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, they said they're going to release a Gintama OVA, a TV special, which I'm going to assume is going to cover the rest of the Shonen Jump chapters that they didn't cover at the end of the anime. So I'm going to assume that that's going to be the Shonen Jump portion, and the movie will be the Jump Giga portion. So we'll probably end up getting both of those whenever the Blu-ray DVD comes out for this movie. But once all of that settles down and once all that takes place, that's it for Gintama, man. And Gintama to me is like Bleach, where because my connection to the anime is so strong, it's only when the anime adapts that final chapter that it's gonna absolutely put the nail of like, yo, it's over. It's the reason why I didn't do that Thank You Gintama stream, because the anime hasn't handled it yet. The anime hasn't handled the finale. And even though chapter 704 was the absolutely perfect conclusion for this story, I was like, man, I have to wait until the anime does it, because the anime is truly where I started with it, where most of my heart is with this series, where most of my love is with this series. And so when I see 703, 704, 702, 701, 700, all of that in anime form, I'm really going to be like, man, it's over. And it's going to be an emotional roller coaster of laughs and a lot of tears and so many spectacular moments, and I know they're going to deliver. But above all, man, I think once I finish that movie, regardless of where I finish it, whether it's in this room, in a theater, watching it on a television, wherever it is that I watch it, I know that once I finish it, the number one feeling I'm going to have is gratitude, man, and like the fact that I was able to experience such a marvelous series, because that's how I felt whenever I finished a chapter. You know, when I finished chapter 704, I didn't want it to end. You know, I just wanted to read it for as long as I possibly could. And I'm already really slow with reading manga, specifically whenever I'm reacting. But man, I remember whenever I left that, and it's just an overwhelming sense of gratitude, man, because, you know, you could have, you know, with the amount of lessons and stories and the wonderful little bits of insight on just life itself that you get with this series, you can often wonder, at least for me, I'll be like, man, I wonder what would have happened if I would have never gotten into this. Because there's a lot of moments, especially when it comes to the stuff that I was talking about earlier with the Shogun arc, and with chapter 519 and 520, that stuff was real deal, like life-impacting stuff on my end, man, especially where I was at that point in time. You know, the messages of perseverance, and like how strong of a character Gintoki is, where even after going through all of that, he still pushes forward to live another day, and to live not only just another day, but a better day. And then with that line in chapter 524, episode 307, where him and Shinpachi are in the hospital room and he's telling him about how, you know, the sun, you know, it's always like they're if you don't, I'm trying to remember the exact wording. It's always darkest before dawn. And you know what? I'm not gonna disrespect it, bro. I have it saved. I have it saved. Let me see. Because this speech right here, man, it was one of those moments like whenever you're watching a series or reading a series and you're like, flag nards. Like, yo, that's exactly what I need to hear, man. Where is it? There you go, right here. Bro, this junk is so good. This man says, it's darkest before dawn, but don't close your eyes, because those that turn their eyes away from the darkness won't be able to see the light shining on them tomorrow, no matter how deep a night waits in front of us. Like, yo, such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing for Gintoki of all people to say. You know, and then that and the Manju breakfast speech from Rakuyo. It's like, I don't even give a flying flag, nards. If I come 1 inch before my grave, as long as I get to eat breakfast with the squad the very next day, man. And it's all of those to where after you finish it and after everything comes together and you see why Srirachi left Jump in the way that he did, to, you know, for people that, they're like, man, just to give them that one last opportunity of like, yeah, this is the Gintama that you know, the trolling Gintama, like, here you go. And they're there, and then he had to create a vision, and there was a reason why, he wanted to go out on his own terms in the way that he did. He had a story he wanted to tell, and it's obvious that he had that around for quite some time, because all of it just came together so well, and so much time and love was put into it with all those 50 to 60 page chapters that would have been really hard to write on a weekly basis in Jump. And so I'm pretty sure he took that opportunity to write all of that in Jump Giga while he had the opportunity to do so, and every 3 months. And just, man, you know, all just to wrap it up, man, because now I'm gonna continue rambling about this wonderful series. I'm gonna miss it, bro, and I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. You know, we all have that strong connection to this story. But every time a series completely ends on the YouTube channel that I've been covering for a long time, it always hurts, because, you know, this whole YouTube thing has been a massive part of my life for the past like 7 years since I started doing it. And Gintama has been one of the hearts and soul of the channel, man, since 2014. And it's gonna hurt, man. It's gonna suck. But, you know, it's never gonna leave. At least it's never gonna leave my heart. Because the themes, the bonds, the moments, the memories, that stuff will never leave, man. Even though the series will be long gone by then, its greatness will always stand the test of time. And I'll always be able to look back fondly and be able to talk about it freely on the channel of like, man, that Gotama. A series that has trolled me so many times, and makes me happy, makes me smile, makes me bawl in tears, makes me so hyped. I grab the Santa hat and almost rip it in half. But it's such a wonderful story, man. And I do really, really look forward to seeing, because I know a lot of people are catching up to the series now. And I look forward to seeing how that, can't even imagine that's going to be. You know, binging everything up until this point. God, binging a completed Gintama, right? That sounds crazy to me. That sounds really, really crazy to me. Man. But yeah, dude, I can't wait for the movie because you already know it's gonna start off with that Dragon Ball Z. And it's gonna end with Prey, the legendary opening one. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna have some Kokowo Samurai Kunida in there. Yo, man, I'm not ready, dude. I know that none of us are ready, but son, that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be a hard to watch movie, man. And I think the worst part about it is that I already know I'm gonna rewatch it like 50 times. It's actually supposedly we're supposed to get a trailer tomorrow for this thing, so hopefully we get. And I'm pretty sure we have to get a trailer soon since it's coming on January 8th. That means they're almost done, right? Or maybe they are done. They're just working on the marketing, or they're just getting the rights for that Dragon Ball Z recap theme. You know, one of the things. But man, dude, when the time comes, that'll be it. That'll be the end of Gintama, finally in animated form. We'll be able to see those wonderful, wonderful chapters in anime. I can't even begin to imagine 703, man, in the anime, dude. In movie quality of all things. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know what I like. My mind is drawing blanks just thinking about it. You feel me? But yeah, dude. Gintama. We finally have a release date. And I can't wait for it, son. I can't wait for it. It's like I don't want the day to come, but I do. I most certainly do, man. Because, like I was saying earlier, even when the series is long gone, the bonds that the community's made and the memories of this wonderful story will carry on forever, man. And those are things that can't be taken away. Goat flipping Tama, bro. Yo, I don't know how all of us are gonna be after this movie comes out. But man, no one's ready, dude. No one's ready. I don't care if you've read the manga. If you haven't read the manga, don't matter. No one's ready for what's about to go down, bro. Holy flag darts. But man, let me know what y'all think about this news in the comments down below. If there is a trailer tomorrow, I can promise you that either tomorrow or the day after, I'm pretty sure tomorrow though, if they do release it tomorrow, depending on the time of the day, I will be up in here like swimwear, talking about that Gintama greatness. So let's see if they actually do give us a trailer. Can you imagine they give us a trailer today? If they do end up giving us this trailer. Oh man. Imagine the trailer with like some Spire music playing over. Oh, no, I can't do it. But yo, y'all have an awesome day, man. Take care. Gintama greatness. I can't even imagine. Like, bro, it's gonna blow my mind. Having those chapters animated, bro. Like, I thought they were gonna be lost in the manga vault until like 2022 at this point. And the fact that we're getting it early 2021, next year's gonna be a crazy year for me, man. Because like I was saying earlier, like, especially with Gintama and Bleach, anime-wise, I'm gonna be getting both of them in the same year. The Gintama final movie and the 1,000-Year Blood War, bro, because the destinies and the fate of both series has always been intertwined for me, you know. And so, like, to have both of them in the same year, next year is going to be crazy. Man, I can't wait, dude. But, yo, I will see y'all next time. Have an awesome day. Hopefully, if you're an anime only, I didn't spoil you, man. I just, you know, when you ramble, sometimes you carry on, bro, you know, especially here. But y'all have a good one, yo. Let's go, dude. Let's go, because yo, we need an announcement, man. Spire does maybe both. Can y'all imagine both in the same with Burnout Syndrome? It's over. It's over.